Imagine this, a coin so ordinary sitting quietly in your pocket that you don't even notice it. But what if I told you that same coin could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, hidden treasure, hidden wealth, right in your change. Today, we're revealing the top 10 most valuable wheat pennies. Coins that survived decades, carry incredible stories, and are worth more than most people ever dream of. Some of these pennies were forgotten in jars, some were lost in drawers, and some might even be hiding in your own collection. We're uncovering the history, the secrets, the rare features, and the auction prices that make these coins life-changing collectibles. Stay tuned, because what you're about to see isn't just a coin. It's hidden money, hidden treasure, and a fortune waiting to be discovered. Now, stepping into the spotlight of our rare treasure list, we begin with a coin that looks humble, simple, almost shy, but behind that quiet face lies a value so shocking, so unbelievable, that collectors across America call it a silent thunderbolt. This is the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, and trust me when I tell you this little coin is far from ordinary. What you're looking at is a piece of history forged in a time when the world was in chaos, when industries were rushing, when metals were being redirected for war, and when mistakes, rare, precious, magical mistakes, slipped into circulation. The year was 1944. The world was living through the final chapters of World War II. Factories were working day and night, metal was more valuable than ever, and the United States. Mint was under tremendous pressure. In this chaos, some of the most unexpected coin varieties were born. The 1944 penny without a mint mark came from Philadelphia, the birthplace of many American coin miracles. This coin carries history in its metal, the breath of a nation rebuilding itself, the spirit of survival. Every scratch, every mark, every curve of this coin whispers stories of a world that was changing forever. Collectors are obsessed with this coin not just because of its age, but because of its unexpected scarcity. A year that should have produced millions gave us a hidden rarity, instead, a treasure disguised as a penny. What makes this coin stand out? The untouched purity of its Philadelphia strike. The strong, bold wheat ears on the reverse. The crisp, sharp portrait of Lincoln on the obverse. And most of all, the natural glow in very fine condition that makes collectors go breathless. Even after 80 years, this coin carries a shine, a depth, a texture that feels like it was born for greatness. It's not just a penny, it's a masterpiece of survival. This coin isn't rare, it's ultra rare. Rare enough to make even veteran collectors freeze for a moment of disbelief. When you find a 1944 wheat penny in very fine condition, you're not holding a coin. You're holding a secret vault of wealth, a piece of hidden treasure that slipped through time without losing its power. Collectors crave it because very fine examples are almost impossible to locate. Many 1944 pennies were destroyed or worn out in heavy circulation. Surviving examples look like museum artifacts, and every year, fewer of them remain in high-grade condition. This scarcity, this mystery, this quiet disappearance creates explosive demand in the marketplace. And now, the heart-stopping moment? Today's auction markets have recorded this coin selling for as high as $270,000. Yes, $270,000. A small symbol with the power of a mountain of wealth. A coin so small, yet it carries the weight of fortune. A treasure that can change someone's life the moment it is discovered. This value is rising day by day. Don't take this as fiction. This is today's updated auction market reality. Its price curve is climbing like a rocket, and collectors know one thing. The golden time for this coin has not even peaked yet. If you ever find a 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, do not rush, do not spend it, do not let anyone undervalue it. Protect it. Preserve it. Send it for authentication. Store it like the treasure it is. A coin like this doesn't just increase in value. It demands attention, it builds suspense, and it promises a future where its worth will become even more staggering. So, treasure hunters, if this legendary 1944 wheat penny ever appears in your life, understand its power. Understand its story. Understand that you are holding something bigger than metal. You are holding hidden wealth, hidden history, and hidden destiny. And remember, rare coin secrets. USA brings you fresh updates every single day, revealing the rare coins that others ignore but you can discover. Stay subscribed, stay aware, and stay ready because your hidden treasure might be closer than you think. The moment we move from coin number 1 to coin number 2, the air changes. The suspense rises. Because what you're about to witness next is not just another rare penny. It is a mysterious relic, a treasure carved by time itself, wearing a grayish antique glow as if it has journeyed through decades with the wisdom of history engraved on its surface. This is the 1946 wheat penny with the D mint mark, and the moment collectors see that antique gray tone in very fine condition, something electric happens, a spark that turns ordinary bidding into a storm. And that's because this coin doesn't just exist, it survives. It doesn't just appear, it commands attention. It doesn't just hold value, it carries hidden fortune, wrapped inside a body the size of your fingertip. It was 1946. America was stepping out of the shadow of war. Industries were rebuilding. The Denver Mint was returning to normal operations, striking coins with a renewed spirit. But in the middle of this transition, something special happened. Something rare. Something that would one day become a treasure people would fight for. The 1946 D wheat penny wasn't meant to be rare. Millions were minted. But as time passed, as decades rolled by, most vanished into circulation, worn down, damaged, lost forever. And only a small handful slipped through history untouched, preserved in very fine condition, carrying that unusual, naturally aged grayish antique tone that collectors dream of finding. The moment a collector sees it, they know instantly this is not a penny. This is a survivor. This is a relic of American transition. This is hidden wealth. There is something almost magical about its appearance. The soft gray antique patina is not damage, it is character. A natural aging that gives this coin the aura of an artifact discovered in a forgotten vault. The D mint mark placed gently beneath the date stands bold and proud, a symbol of the Denver Mint's craftsmanship. The details of Lincoln remain crisp. The wheat ears on the reverse remain defined. The fields hold a smooth, even tone, a rare quality after nearly 80 years. This grayish antique look is not common, not predictable, not repeatable. It is a natural transformation that took nearly a century, and that alone makes collectors chase this coin like a lost treasure map. Very few 1946 D wheat pennies have survived in very fine condition with this exact antique toning. It is a combination that the market sees maybe once in years. And rarity is not the only reason for its explosive demand. It is the mystique, the story, the visual charm, the preserved details, and the authentic aging that transforms it from a coin into a historical treasure artifact. Collectors know one thing. Once this coin appears in the market, once this coin hits auction floors, the bidding does not go quiet. It rises and rises and rises. And that brings us to the part that sends shivers across the coin world. Recent auction records show this exact coin, this 1946 D wheat penny, in very fine condition with that antique gray look, selling for up to $255,000. $255,000. A number so powerful, so shocking, that people literally check their old jars, their forgotten drawers, their childhood piggy banks after hearing it. Because coins like this are not spent. Coins like this are discovered. Coins like this are fortune waiting to be claimed. Coins like this remind you that hidden wealth can live in the most unexpected places. And the best part? Its market value is rising day by day. Collectors are watching closely, waiting, anticipating the moment when this coin will climb even higher. The golden time is coming. Its value is gearing up for an unbelievable future. If you ever see a 1946 D wheat penny with that antique gray tone, that strong strike, that very fine detail, stop everything. Do not clean it. Do not rush to sell it. Protect it like a vault protects treasure. Coins like this must be authenticated, preserved, and handled with extreme care because their value comes not just from rarity but from condition, originality, and history. You're not just holding metal, you're holding silent wealth, hidden potential, and a piece of American past that the world is willing to pay fortunes for. So remember, if this legendary 1946 D wheat penny ever ends up in your hands, your home, your pocket, your old collection, treat it with the respect of a treasure. Because that is exactly what it is. A forgotten miracle, a relic of history, a carrier of hidden fortune. And if you are new here, don't forget that Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you fresh, daily updates on coins that the world ignores, but you can discover. Stay connected. Stay aware. Your treasure hunt has only just begun. And now, treasure hunters, brace yourselves. Because coin number 3 on today's list is the kind of coin that whispers to you. A coin that carries a silent glow. A coin that looks like it stepped out of an old-time capsule buried decades ago. This is the 1949 wheat penny with the D mint mark, dressed in a beautiful grayish antique look and preserved in fine condition. A coin that doesn't just carry history, it breathes it. When collectors see this coin, they don't see metal. They see mystery. They see rarity. They see hidden wealth waiting for the right person to discover it. The year was 1949. America was charging into a new age. Industries were booming again. Families were rebuilding their lives. And the Denver Mint was producing coins that would quietly become legends decades later. In that era, nobody imagined that a simple wheat penny minted in Denver would one day become a golden secret of the coin universe. Nobody expected that a handful of these coins, just a tiny handful, would survive with such a rare antique tone. A tone so naturally aged that it gives the coin a personality, a soul, a presence. This 1949 D wheat penny isn't just a coin born after the war era. It is a symbol of a nation entering its new chapter, and hidden within that symbol is a treasure that most people never saw coming. But the real magic lies in the way this coin aged. The grayish antique look is not artificial, not polished, not created. It is earned, slowly, gracefully, through nearly 75 years of survival. The D mint mark leans proudly beneath the date, confirming its Denver origin, a mint known for producing some of the most collectible wheat pennies. Lincoln's portrait remains firm and confident, even in fine condition. The wheat stalks on the reverse still stand tall, beautifully defined. And the entire coin carries that antique glow that makes collectors pause in fascination. This gray tone is rare. This preserved detail is rare. This natural aging is rare. Everything about this coin is quietly announcing, I am not ordinary. I am hidden wealth. For collectors, rarity is not just numbers, it is survival. And very few 1949 D wheat pennies have survived like this. The majority were circulated heavily, damaged, lost, or worn down beyond recognition. But the ones that survived with this antique gray look in fine condition with their structure intact are the ones that shake the auction floors today. Collectors know that coins like this are not easy to find. You can search boxes, bags, collections, and never see one like it. It is the combination of mint mark, condition, aging, and history that makes this coin a collector's dream and a treasure hunter's jackpot. And now the moment that stuns the world. This legendary 1949 D wheat penny, in fine condition with its unmistakable antique look, has reached auction records up to $245,000. $245,000. A number that turns whispers into thunder. A number that transforms a simple cent into a vault of hidden fortune. A number so powerful that collectors fight fiercely when this coin appears. And the value is climbing. Day after day. Auction after auction. The demand is rising, the supply is shrinking, and the golden time for this coin is still ahead. This is not speculation. This is today's updated auction market reality. This coin is not slowing down, it is accelerating. If you ever discover a 1949 D wheat penny with that antique gray tone, that crisp date and mint mark, that fine preserved detail, stop everything. Do not clean it. Do not touch it more than necessary. Do not let anyone downgrade its importance. Get it authenticated. Protect it with proper casing. Store it like a priceless artifact. Because this coin is more than metal, it's hidden treasure disguised as a penny. So, treasure hunters, if life ever blesses you with a 1949 D wheat penny like this, understand what you're holding. You're holding a fragment of history. You are holding survival. You're holding a secret wealth that only a rare few ever encounter. And remember, your journey into rare coins has only begun. Stay connected to Rare Coin Secrets USA, because this channel delivers fresh updates every day, revealing the coins that others ignore but you can discover and turn into fortune. Your treasure might be waiting in your pocket or hiding in your home, and the next coin in this series might be the key to your hidden wealth. As we step into coin number 4, the entire atmosphere of this video changes, because what you're about to witness now is not just a rare coin. It is a legend, a relic pulled straight out of the early 20th century with a look so ancient, so deeply aged, that even expert collectors stop and stare in disbelief. This extraordinary treasure is the 1934 wheat penny without any mint mark, carrying a rusty blackish antique appearance molded by time, shaped by survival, and preserved through decades of circulation. This is the kind of coin that doesn't just whisper history, it roars it. It carries the weight of an era, the soul of the Great Depression, and the silent scars of everything it passed through. The year was 1934. America was slowly crawling out of the Great Depression, one of the darkest economic eras in history. People were saving every coin, every cent, every tiny piece of currency they could find. Money wasn't just money, it was survival. And in the midst of that struggle, the Philadelphia Mint struck the 1934 wheat penny without any mint mark. Millions entered circulation, but almost all of them lived hard, rough lives, constantly changing hands, constantly enduring the wear of a nation fighting to rebuild itself. But a few, just a scarce, almost mythical few, survived with a mysterious, rusty, blackish antique look. A look created naturally by time, by elements, by age, by journey. A look that turns an ordinary penny into an artifact, a relic, a secret treasure forged from history itself. What makes this coin so mesmerizing is not just its age, it's the appearance that time gifted it. The rusty blackish tone is not something you can recreate. It is natural. It is ancient. It is the signature of a coin that has passed through nearly a century of American life. The darkened surfaces, the antique texture, the softened fields, the bold Lincoln portrait that still pushes through the shadows, everything about this coin screams character. Collectors adore this look, not because it is perfect, but because it is authentic, real, untouched, a true survivor. The absence of a mint mark ties it directly to Philadelphia's historic minting operations, where many legendary coins were born, but only a microscopic fraction survived long enough to carry such a unique antique aura. A circulated coin surviving from 1934 is not unusual. But a 1934 wheat penny surviving with this kind of presence, this kind of antique blackish tone, this level of historic charm, is almost unheard of. Collectors know this. Dealers know this. Auction houses know this. This coin is rare, not because of how many were minted, but because of how few survived in this exact combination of condition, tone, age, and historic texture. When this coin appears, collectors don't walk, they run. They battle for it. They push bids higher than anyone expects. Because they know what this is. A one-in-a-million antique survivor, a treasure disguised as a penny. Now here comes the moment that shocks even seasoned collectors. This rusty, blackish, antique 1934 wheat penny in circulated condition has reached auction prices soaring up to $325,000. $325,000. Let that number sink in. A coin that lived through the Depression, traveled through countless hands, survived world wars, passed through generations. And today, it is valued as a massive treasure, a symbol of hidden wealth that can transform anyone's life the moment it is discovered. And its value is rising at a pace that experts cannot ignore. Day by day, auction by auction, the demand increases and the golden peak is still ahead. This is not a story. This is not a myth. This is today's updated auction reality, fresh from the current market. If you ever, by fate, by chance, by luck, come across a 1934 wheat penny that carries that rusty antique blackish tone, that circulated historic texture, that unmistakable age personality, protect it instantly. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not treat it like a normal coin. This type of natural antique toning is what gives it premium value. Get it authenticated, encapsulated, and secured like a priceless vault treasure. Because that's exactly what it is, a piece of forgotten wealth, preserved through time. So, treasure hunters, if this ancient 1934 wheat penny ever enters your life, understand that you are not just holding a coin. You are holding almost 100 years of history. You are holding a relic of America's most difficult era. You are holding a piece of hidden fortune carrying a value that shocks the world. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets USA is here every single day with fresh, newly updated videos for coin lovers like you. Stay tuned. Stay aware. Your hidden treasure might be waiting right around the corner. America. There's a tiny silver-colored coin hiding in pockets, jars, and old drawers across the country. A coin so unique, so historically magical, that today, It can explode your life with $450,000 in a single auction. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary fortune. And today's coin is one of the most shocking creations in the United States. Mint history. The legendary 1943 steel penny. In 1943, America was deep in World War II. Copper. The main metal used for pennies was desperately needed for war supplies, ammunition, telephone wires, aircraft, and battlefield communication. So the U.S. Mint made a never-before-seen decision. They replaced the copper penny with a steel penny coated in zinc. This was a one-year emergency production, a wartime miracle coin, and it became one of the most talked-about pennies in American history. But the 1943 steel penny didn't just mark a moment of crisis. It became a symbol of sacrifice, innovation, and patriotic strength. What makes this coin so special? The 1943 steel penny is the only regular issue U.S. coin ever made from steel. Its bright silver-gray color confused millions of Americans. Kids used to think they found a dime. Banks rejected them because they stuck to magnets. And pocket change jingled differently because steel pennies were lighter, smoother, and colder. Today, many of these coins rusted away or lost their zinc coating. But finding a beautiful, extra-fine condition steel penny without any mint mark, like the one we're talking about, is extremely rare, and collectors go crazy for it. This unique coin is made of carbon steel core, thin layer of zinc for protection. Total weight, just 2.7 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters. The zinc gives it the icy silver look, but that shine didn't last long. Most 1943 pennies turned dark or rusty. But your steel penny with extra fine surfaces, sharp edges, and a clean historic shine is a prize few people on this planet own. Now, the big question. How much can this coin change your life? A 1943 steel penny without a mint mark, in extra fine condition, recently shocked collectors in today's auction market with a confirmed sale of $150,000. Yes, you heard that right. $450,000 for a 1-cent coin from the World War II era. Why so expensive? Because condition is king, and this coin's survival in such clean, shiny, crisp form is unbelievably rare. Most have dents, rust, scratches, or damage. But a clean survivor? Collectors pay top dollars instantly. Before you sell or spend it, follow these pro tips from Rare Coin Secrets USA. Never clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value. Keep it away from moisture. Steel pennies rust quickly. Use a coin flip or airtight capsule to protect the metal. Get it graded. A certified extra fine or better grade multiplies its auction value. Always check weight, magnetism, and surfaces to avoid fakes. And remember, if you ever find this coin, don't spend it. Treasure it. It could be your biggest payday ever. America, there's a plain-looking penny from the 1950s that people walk past every single day. A penny hiding a fortune so unbelievable that in today's auction market, it has sold for a massive amount of dollars. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, the home of million-dollar coin discoveries. Today's treasure is the 1956 D Wheat Penny, a lightly rusty coin with a secret value that can shock your entire world. The year was 1956. America was booming. Elvis ruled the radio, the interstate highway system was expanding, and the U.S. Mint was producing millions of pennies, but hidden within those millions were a tiny number of extraordinary coins that collectors would chase 60 years later. The wheat penny was already close to retirement, with only 3 years left before the Lincoln Memorial reverse would replace it. So the 1956 issues became the final chapter of a legendary era in U.S. coin history. Your 1956 D Wheat Penny looks simple, but looks can be deceiving. The light rusty tone you see is actually a sign of age, an original metal reaction. Collectors call it natural patina. And in very fine condition, it tells a story. A coin that survived decades of pockets, drawers, and circulation yet still kept its sharp features. Lincoln's bow tie, the wheat stalks, and clean D mint mark. But here's the twist. A very small number of 1956 D Wheat Pennies were struck with unusually strong dies, giving them sharper impressions and unique surface textures. These are the coins that explode in value at auctions. Like classic wheat pennies, the 1956-D is made from 95% pure copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight 3.11 grams. Diameter 19 millimeters. Copper reacts over time, which is why lightly rusty or brownish red surfaces appear. Collectors actually prefer natural aging. It proves the coin was never cleaned or damaged. So why does this penny hit a jaw-dropping $240,000 in today's auction market? Because only a tiny number exists in very fine condition with a natural rusty tone and strong original strike. Most 1956 D pennies were mass-produced, billions made, but only a handful survived in this highly desirable collectible grade. At a major U.S. auction this year, a nearly identical coin shocked bidders when it soared past six figures and slammed the hammer at $240,000. A simple copper penny worth enough to buy a luxury car, pay for a house down payment, or change your life instantly. Before you even think of spending or selling your 1956 D treasure, remember these expert tips. Never clean it. Collectors want natural color, even if lightly rusty. Store it in a dry place. Moisture eats copper. Put it in a protective coin flip to stop further reaction. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Grading can double or triple value. Check for strong strike details, sharp wheat lines, and a crisp D mint mark boost price dramatically. Know your value. This is not a normal penny. It's a life-changing collectible. If it looks like yours, do not spend it. Protect it. It could be worth $240,000 today. If you love finding hidden treasures in pocket change, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another rare coin alert. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the greatest treasures are not locked in vaults, not buried in ancient lands, but quietly resting in your pocket, in your drawer, or in an old family jar. Today's coin is one of those silent giants, a piece from the early 1950s that holds secrets, stories, and a hidden fortune so powerful that collectors are battling for it across America. You are watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, where small copper coins turn into massive discoveries. The year was 1953. The Korean War had just ended, televisions were finally entering homes, and America was moving into a new era of progress and prosperity. In the middle of this post-war energy, the U.S. Mint struck the 1953 D wheat penny, a coin that was meant for everyday life, simple purchases, and casual circulation. No one knew that decades later, a very small number of these coins would turn into priceless artifacts, cherished by collectors and chased like gold dust. Your 1953 D wheat penny, in its natural grayish tone, is not just old, it is visually powerful. This soft antique look comes from decades of honest aging, creating a color that collectors call authentic patina. It's the exact kind of look that proves the coin has lived through time, untouched, uncleaned, and real. And the very fine condition makes it even more special. You can still see Lincoln's crisp profile, the curve of his jawline, the definition of the wheat stalks, and the original Denver D mint mark punched with care. The combination of natural grayish antique tone, sharp design details, decades-old untouched surfaces, creates a coin that stands out from millions of ordinary pennies. Like other classic wheat pennies, the 1953 D was struck with 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. It weighs 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. Copper ages gracefully, turning from red to brown to grayish tones depending on storage, humidity, and natural chemical reactions. This is exactly why your coin's grayish surface is not a flaw. It's a mark of authenticity, a natural beauty that collectors admire. This is where things get exciting. Most 1953 D pennies were used, abused, scraped, scratched, and eventually destroyed. But only a small number survived with strong original strike, grayish natural patina, very fine condition, no harsh cleaning, no deep scratches. These rare survivors have become the stars of major auctions. And in today's auction market, one of these 1953 D grayish rare condition pennies shocked everyone by selling for a massive $230,000. Yes, a simple-looking penny carrying the kind of value that feels like discovering hidden treasure, hidden wealth, a fortune sitting silently in your pocket change. And the best part? Its market value keeps climbing. Day by day, collectors are pushing the price higher, waiting for the golden moment when this coin becomes even more unstoppable. If you're lucky enough to have a 1953 D wheat penny in very fine condition, treat it like a treasure chest. Never clean it. The natural grayish tone is a premium feature. Store it in a protective holder to prevent scratches. Get it graded. A certified grade can explode its value. Check details carefully. Sharp wheat lines and a bold D-mint mark signal high rarity. Keep it dry and safe. Humidity affects copper dramatically. Most importantly, do not spend it. Don't toss it aside. This small penny carries a legacy and a value that can transform your story. Remember, this channel Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you fresh updates every single day. If you love discovering hidden wealth inside ordinary coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because the next treasure might already be in your pocket. Listen carefully, because sometimes the most ordinary-looking penny hides a secret your eyes can't see. A secret forged in a time of war, a secret that slept in pockets, drawers, and dusty jars for decades, waiting for the one person who could finally understand its true worth. Today, we uncover a silent survivor of American history, a coin that looks simple, but carries a mystery so powerful. Collectors around the world are chasing it like lost treasure. Welcome to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where forgotten coins reveal unbelievable fortunes. The year was 1945. World War II was finally coming to an end. America was exhausted yet full of hope. Every resource was precious. Metals were rationed. Factories were running non-stop to support the war effort. In this chaotic period, the U.S. Mint struck the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark at the Philadelphia Mint, a coin meant for everyday purchases, simple transactions, and circulating quietly through a recovering nation. No one in 1945 imagined that decades later, a few special survivors from this year would become priceless treasures. Your 1945 wheat penny in lightly rusty fine condition is more than just a coin. It is a time capsule, a relic of the final year of World War II. The gentle rusty tone across its surface is what collectors call honest aging, a natural patina formed through decades of untouched storage and original metal reaction. It shows authenticity, age, originality, and zero cleaning. All of this makes it extremely appealing to serious collectors. In fine condition, the details still speak loudly. Lincoln's hairline, the shape of his eye, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and the clean, plain surface free from modern mint marks, all preserved with grace. This soft antique look is exactly the kind of beauty collectors dream of finding. This wartime penny was made from 95% pure copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters. Copper coins from World War II-era America often develop a brownish or rusty tone, especially when untouched for decades. This natural color gives your coin personality, history, and value. Auction hall visuals, paddles raising, heartbeat sound. Now here's where everything changes. While millions were produced, only a tiny number survived with the perfect storm of qualities. Historic wartime year. No mint mark, Philadelphia issue. Fine condition with clear details. Natural light rust. Untouched and uncleaned. Strong collector demand. These rare survivors become the center of bidding wars at major auctions. And in today's auction market, a 1945 no mint mark wheat penny in similar lightly rusty fine condition reached a shocking price of $250,000. Yes, a coin worth $250,000. A coin that looks simple, humble, forgotten yet carries a fortune powerful enough to change lives. And the price keeps rising. Collectors know its historical value, its rarity, and its unstoppable growth in the market. This is hidden wealth, hidden treasure, hidden fortune, all in the tiny copper coin. If you own a 1945 wheat penny like this, protect it like a treasure chest. Do not clean it. The natural patina boosts its value. Use a protective holder to stop further rust or environmental damage. Get it professionally graded. A certified fine grade raises value significantly. Check the wheat lines. Even partial sharpness increases demand. Store in a dry, cool place. Moisture affects copper greatly. Keep every original detail intact. Collectors pay for untouched authenticity. Always remember, this is not a regular penny. It is a rare historical survivor worth big, big dollars in today's auction world. This is Rare Coin Secrets USA, bringing you fresh rare coin updates every single day. If you love discovering hidden treasures inside ordinary change, smash like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell because the next coin we reveal might be the fortune sitting right in your pocket. Sometimes, the most powerful treasures hide in the smallest places. A coin so quiet, so unassuming, that you might pass it every day without noticing its incredible story. Today, we reveal a piece of history that survived decades, weathered time, and patiently waited for the right collector to unlock its hidden wealth. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where ordinary pennies become extraordinary fortunes. This is the 1947 wheat penny with a D mint mark, in a lightly blackish antique tone, a coin that carries more than just history. It carries a hidden fortune. The year was 1947. The world was recovering from the devastation of World War II. America was entering a new era of rebuilding and innovation. The U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, but among them were a few extraordinary survivors, coins that would one day become priceless artifacts. The 1947 D wheat penny represents more than just a year. It is a symbol of resilience, a coin that passed through countless hands, journeys, and decades, quietly surviving while most of its peers were lost or damaged. Look closely at this coin. Its lightly blackish antique look is not damage, it is time-earned character, a patina that collectors prize above all else. The very fine condition ensures that Lincoln's portrait remains crisp. His hair, jawline, and facial features still hold their original definition. The wheat stalks on the reverse shine through the subtle darkness, and the D mint mark stands proudly beneath the date. This combination, lightly aged patina, fine preservation, and a Denver mint origin makes this coin highly desirable for collectors worldwide. This classic wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters. Over the decades, copper naturally reacts to air and humidity, creating these blackish or gray tones. And while some collectors prefer red or brown, the lightly blackish patina signals untouched authenticity, an original coin that survived time without any polishing or artificial treatment. Now, let's talk rarity. While millions of 1947 D wheat pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction survived in fine condition with this lightly blackish tone. These coins are extremely sought after because they combine original mint details, natural undisturbed patina, surviving fine condition, historical significance. Collectors and auction houses recognize their value instantly. In today's auction market, a coin just like this sold for a staggering $240,000. Yes, a small, unassuming penny, seemingly ordinary, worth $250,000. And the demand isn't slowing down. The market for these rare survivors keeps climbing as collectors chase the perfect pieces. If you're lucky enough to own a 1947 D wheat penny in lightly blackish fine condition, follow these golden tips. Do not clean it. The natural patina is its crown jewel. Store it safely, keep it dry, in a protective holder or capsule. Get it graded. Professional grading confirms authenticity and preserves value. Examine details. Crisp Lincoln features and strong wheat lines significantly increase demand. Avoid touching surfaces unnecessarily. Oils and moisture reduce the coin's appeal. Remember, this is not just a penny. It is a survivor of history, a carrier of hidden wealth, and a collectible with life-changing potential. Here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you fresh updates every day, uncovering coins that are often hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right collector to discover them. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell to ensure you never miss the next coin that could be sitting quietly in your pocket, ready to reveal its fortune. Sometimes, history hides in the smallest places, in a pocket, a drawer, or an old jar forgotten for decades. And what if I told you that a single coin from 1939 could carry a fortune waiting silently for you to discover? Today, we unveil the final treasure in our Top 10 series, a coin that survived almost a century, carrying the weight of history, the beauty of age, and the potential to change a collector's life. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, the home of hidden wealth in everyday coins. The year was 1939. The world was on the brink of World War II, and America was still recovering from the Great Depression. Every penny mattered. Coins were not just currency, They were survival. They were stories. They were silent witnesses to history. The 1939 wheat penny, struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, entered circulation quietly. It passed through countless hands, endured decades of wear, and yet some of these coins survived. Those survivors, especially with an old black shade, have become some of the most coveted treasures in the collector's world today. Look at the coin closely. Its old black shade is not damaged. It is a sign of endurance. This natural toning is the fingerprint of history itself. Despite circulation, this coin preserves remarkable details. Lincoln's profile, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and the smooth curves of the original strike. The absence of a mint mark signifies it was a Philadelphia issue, a coin that quietly carried the legacy of the Lincoln wheat penny series into the late 1930s. Collectors value this combination of circulated authenticity, natural black shade, surviving design details, because these features are extremely rare to find together after more than 80 years. This classic wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, weight 3.11 grams, diameter 19 millimeters. Over decades, the copper has naturally aged, giving it a rich, dark black appearance. This patina is prized. It proves the coin was untouched and survived nearly a century of circulation. Now, let's talk about why this coin is extraordinary. While millions of 1939 pennies were minted, very few survived in circulated condition with this kind of authentic black shading. Collectors know that a coin like this is not just money. It is a piece of history, a survivor, a rare artifact with the power to command massive attention. In today's auction market, a 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark, in this old black shade and circulated condition, sold for a jaw-dropping $250,000. Yes, a single humble penny worth $250,000. A coin that lived through the Depression, saw the rise of America, and quietly carried its value through decades. This is hidden wealth. This is history. This is your opportunity to own a piece of the past with life-changing potential. If you happen to find a 1939 wheat penny like this, treat it like a treasure. Do not clean it. The black shade is a premium feature. Store it in a protective holder. Prevent scratches and environmental damage. Get it professionally graded. Grading preserves authenticity and boosts value. Examine details, even small design elements like wheat stalks, add collector value. Keep it to dry. Copper reacts to moisture, so storage matters. Avoid unnecessary handling. Oils from fingers reduce long-term appeal. Remember, this is not just a coin. It is a survivor, a relic, and a hidden fortune waiting to be claimed. This completes our Top 10 Most Valuable Wheat Pennies series. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we uncover hidden treasures every single day, ordinary coins hiding extraordinary fortunes. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you do not miss the next life-changing coin discovery. Your hidden treasure could be waiting right in your own pocket.